Hey y'all. So I'm recording this voice clip after the fact, after I recorded this first match, because I didn't really have the leeway to provide commentary while trying to clear the map as fast as possible. Because if you can look at the top left of the recording, I am actually approaching 3 o'clock in the morning, and that is reset time for me. And I had not yet done an Aether Raids match for the day yet because of work, and then I got distracted by the newly released Abyssal map. So,
of course.
And I was thinking, well, I had contemplated this since the previous Chaos season on whether or not I should try recording some AR matches again, just because Chaos season does allow me some flexibility in using my favorite characters. So I decided to make like a quick video, and I guess you can sort of treat this as something to tide you over until I finish editing my my Abyssal clear. So yeah, I am going to, I guess, address my Japanese audience now, if there are any, and will provide more accurate commentary, well, as best as I could at that point in time, in the second match, a few minutes later, really. Alright, see y'all in a bit soon. どうも皆さん、気のせいです。今日の動画は僕の混沌飛空城攻撃の録音とその解説です。普段に飛空城攻撃と防衛の録音をしないんですが、混沌の説はチーム組み立てに対してもっと自由に好きなキャラクターを利用できる。僕の好きなゲームは烈火の剣と封印の剣ですので、その2つのゲームのキャラクター限定で混沌飛空城をできるの限り挑戦します。これまで僕が言ったことはすべて事前に書かれていました。残念ながら日本語に対して十分に流暢ではないですので、この後の解説は英語しかできない。ごめんなさいね。もし疑問、質問、あるいは賞賛があるのならコメントしてください。できるの限り返信します。では、参ります。Alright, and we're back for round 2. I guess now I can give a proper overview of my offense teams. So first we have my all-alib Gale Force team focused or centered around my Ascendant Florina and Limb Stella. So, as most people would expect, Ascendant Florina has been trait fruited to be minus HP plus attack due to her New Height Bow's effect of allowing her to become a Wings of Mercy beacon at less than or equal to 60% HP. And at no Dragon Flowers, Florina would have 35 HP, so that if she were given Fury 4 and basically running a Fury 7 set, she would be able to be a self-sufficient Wings of Mercy beacon. However, I opted to give her Dragon Flowers for Chaos Season, just because she needed to reach 55 base attack in order to match attack stats with the rest of her teammates for Grand Scratcher Pulse shenanigans. This season, however, I am unfortunately unable to do so because in order for Limstella to reach 61 HP and at or above 62 attack, Limstella needed to receive an Ascendant Floret and Trait Fruits, which unfortunately pushed her above Florina's 62. For those of you who don't really understand what I'm getting at, Limstella could have reached 62 attack without an additional Ascendant Floret, had I been able to provide them with G Dual Infantry 4. And while I do have another Pent, I use that Pent on one of my other Chaos Season offense teams, as well as on Summoner Duels S. So unfortunately, that option wasn't really an option. So the best I could do for this season in particular was to push Limstella up to 63 attack, so that and tweak the other two offense units, being Legendary Hector, who is both a bonus unit and a Book 2 unit for this week. Given that he gets +4 for being a bonus unit, he can reach 63 attack. And Groom Roy, who can also reach 63 attack with an attack boon, some Dragon Flowers, and Life and Death 3. Normally, if I could help it, I would have them all sit at 62 attack. So Roy would probably run Life and Death 2, and when it's his bonus week, or Book 6 bonus week rather, he would probably run Fury 3. And Hector would just run his attack Refined Slaying Axe without the Fortress Defense. And Limstella, well, for future Chaos Season expeditions, would hopefully be released in the Heroic Grail section for available merges to patch up their HP and attack stat, so that I can run Limstella at A rank summoner support and have them sit at 62 attack, so that Florina, given Life and Death 4, would be able to also sit at 62 attack and take full advantage of my Grand Scratcher and Ostia Pulse setup. So the idea is that Limstella would initiate with Growing Wind to hopefully circumvent any Ymir C-skill shenanigans, and in tandem with Bridlin's Even Pulse Tie, be able to also circumvent Hardy Fighters, assuming that there aren't any other defense units with special cooldown, or units with HP less than that of the Hardy Fighter units with their special cooldown also ready. And once Limstella basically nukes the defense team, Florina will take 15 points of splash damage courtesy of Morph Thimblebeater's effect, and Florina will then be a Wings of Mercy beacon for the other two offense units to come in and sweep the rest of the team. Next, I have my Lindis to Windus team, which is kind of a copy of my Chaos Season defense setup, actually. I'm not going to go into too much detail about this, or detail at all, because I want this to be a bit of a surprise when I do use them, or if I don't use them at all, I'll feature my defense unit, my defense team showcase, basically. Next, we have my AoE Benders team, which I've showcased in my Summoner Duels S video before. Basically, all 4 of these units should ideally have their Blazing AoEs ready on turn 1, courtesy of Pent's Tome of Reglay, some Times Pulse sprinkled here and there, Lovina's Studied Foreblaze, as well as Lucius's Grand Scratcher and Infantry Pulse. However, I do need to tweak this team here and there to account for the bonus unit. And the bonus unit this week is Kanas, given that he also belongs to, or given that he is also a Book 2 release unit. So, unfortunately, he will have too much HP to be able to receive Infantry Pulse from Lucius. I did account for the extra bonus stats, so instead of Life and Death 4, I just have him running Fury 3. But thanks to his Ancient Codex, he will have his AoE ready by turn 2. If you're curious as to how I run this team, this is kind of like a hit and run sort of thing. You can see it in action in my Summoner Duels S video, actually, and I believe in the first clip, or the first match of this season, because I was running quite low on time and decided to just go for the easiest option against a turtle team, as I like to call them, since they just put all of their obstacles like up against their defense team. Next, we have my Cavlines Be Damned team. So this is basically an offshoot of my FlorinaForce team from Astra season. And because there are no mythic buffs available, I opted not to use any mythics this time around, and this team specifically helps me counter Cavlines and maps where they shore up all the obstacles against the offense team, thereby necessitating me to waste a turn to break some obstacles before I can initiate and sweep their team. I'm also not going to go into too much detail about this. You can watch my FlorinaForce video if you'd like, or just wait for a scenario where I can actually use this team. The bonus unit for this team this week is Legendary Ephraim, because he's a Book 2 release unit. And for my 5th team, this is unique to this week because Elamine's the bonus unit. I wasn't really sure what I was going for here, so I guess I just decided to try and make use of her false start against like Catria Balls or I guess Legendary Myr to prevent her Warp Bubble from activating, ideally. Considering that my Elamine is minus res, feels bad, man. So this is also kind of like a hit and run Gale Force Trace team. So yeah, I kind of spend a lot of time explaining my Team 1 and Team 3 here, but hopefully I won't have to spend too much time on this next match. Or that's kind of weird. So I spent 100 Aether, and then I got back 20, so that's 80 spent, and then I get back 70 per day. Okay, no, that's right. All right. Sorry, my brain isn't working that well right now because it's quite late. It's literally 3 in the morning. I should be going to sleep soon, but anyway, just go ahead and jump right into this. Dark Conflict. So we have a near save armor in Brave Hector, who is also the bonus unit. Unfortunately, both fortunately and unfortunately, this Brave Hector has more HP than my Bride Lynn, but fortunately he's not running Hardy Fighter, so I don't have to worry about my even pulse tie not really coming into play too much. So, given that my Limstella is 61 HP, they can just hop onto this trap and just nuke right away. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. If you couldn't tell, I do favor my FlorinaForce team quite a bit. So I like to try and use that team whenever possible. The worrisome part is that some of these units do have quite the impressive attack stat. So in Groomroy's case, he might actually have some trouble checking attack stats for heavy blade procs. I guess Groomroy could target Hinoka. Since Hector's got Bold Fighter, he doesn't have to worry too much about stat checks, but can I kill Walhart is the question, since he's quite beefy on the physical end. I mean, I've got a magic AoE nuke, so Walhart shouldn't have too much HP left. I think I can manage. So Limstella's here. I basically push Florina up beforehand. So probably want to test this first. And then I can push Florina up to maybe this tile, so that way, this tile or this tile, so Florina can park over here with Trace, and then I can have the other two units warp in. Now, I think the problem is with Hector is that he can't move because he doesn't have Trace, obviously. Well, after his Gale Force triggers and he takes his second action. I was thinking Limstella takes out Hector. Then Florina would take out Walhart or Hinoka, I guess. So then maybe not. Maybe I don't have to activate the magic trap. I just set up beforehand. Florina could be positioned onto this tile. Limstella could be parking on this tile, move up naturally to nuke the Hector. Florina moves up as well to take out Hinoka, maybe. And then from there, Hector takes out Walhart? No, what I think I want to do actually is maybe hit the Peony with Florina and then have Florina trace downwards so that both Wallard and Hinoka are still alive. Problem is, how do I get Florina close enough so that I still have movement available to trace away, so to speak? Or maybe I break this down beforehand. Have Florina park here. Lynn returns Florina up this way. Then Florina will take out the wall heart. And then, regardless of whether or not this is the trap, I still have one movement remaining from Kanto, so that she can move onto this tile. And then I can have Hector and Roy move in from there. And if you're still not dead, Hector can take out Ishtar, move up, and then take out Walhart, while Groom Roy can take out the Peony, move up, and then take out Hinoka. Okay. Sorry, it takes me a bit to work things out in my head just because it's quite late, I'm tired, and I'm also doing this without extra actions from like dancers or specific duo units. So I think I figured out my game plan though. Okay, so Stella can just hop up over there. Okay.
Shall we?
So go ahead and have Roy break this.
I can do this.
Florina break this, and then Trace.
What?
Stella can break that. Doesn't really matter.
Let's get moving.
Here we go.
And I guess Hector wants to be within 3 spaces
Which
of Roy
one's
to
mine?
receive buffs. And since I have the safety fence, no extra movement as far as I could tell, I should be safe. And next turn, Lynn can warp and return Florina.
Try my best.
Okay, here goes something.
Leave it to me. Over there, right?
Alrighty.
Got it.
Exact damage. Who'd have thought, huh?
Which one's mine?
Shall we proceed?
Let's get moving.
Alright.
Sure. All right.
Can just do this.
As you will.
Shall we?
Got it.
Who's got the least SP?
Shall we proceed?
Never mind, they're both at max. Alright. And that's it for today's match. Yeah, I should probably go to sleep soon. The reason why I took so long to do the first day's match was because I was distracted by the most recent Abyssal map, so I figured out a clear for that. I just gotta start editing the video now, but I thank you all for watching, and maybe I'll see you guys in the next part if I decide to keep doing this. Alright, see ya!